Hi, I'm Jason from Jay-Z's Photography, Jay-Z's Apologetics. If I were to ask you, what was the most popular or best-selling computer of all time? Could you tell me? Well, if you're a nerd like me and a Gen Xer, you know. The best-selling computer of all time was the Commodore 64. Many of us still have our Commodores. Some people still use them. Many people retrofit them. They've made additional boards you can replace them with. They've used Raspberry Pis to replace them and kept the original case. Because Commodore 64 is unique. It made computing fun. And throughout the years, people have tried to bring it back in some form or another. It hasn't been very, very successful. However, recently, a YouTuber by the name of Perry Fractix, he is a retro computer guy, and he bought Commodore. You can go to his channel and he talks all about it. It's really cool. He bought Commodore and he rewrote the Commodore OS on top of a Debian based Linux. So I downloaded it and it just fits on a USB drive. Now keep in mind the USB drive must be big. The download is a 30 gig ISO. It installs something around 90 gigs. But check this out. You download the ISO, right? Might take a little while depending on your internet speed. Make sure you have at least a 64 gig USB stick. Alright, install to that. Then you find a computer. It could be older laptop, older tower. Now the first time I tried it on a Dell. And normally I have no issues with any Linux version on Dells. It was a little buggy though. So I had this standard HP laptop, nothing to write home about, with a Intel Iris X or something. I've never seen this type of laptop before. But I picked it up and I installed the Commodore OS Vision on it. I'm going to push a key, right? I'm going to start up. Watch this. On 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, 11 Mississippi, 12 Mississippi, 13 Mississippi, 14 Mississippi. Wow. Let me turn that music off. There we go. Okay. It starts up with this really cool 8-bit music if you remember the Commodore. Anyways, 14 seconds from the time I pushed the key. It's like 10 seconds from the startup screen. And it's up and running. Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, everything. Now, when you first install it, it says this is for entertainment purposes only. Meaning they're not going to give you a bunch of support, and they don't expect you to run your business off of this thing, because something crashes, they don't want to be responsible. But I've done work on this thing. I even DJ'd at a recent party with this thing for my work with Mix. I do all my photos on Linux anyways as a photographer. I use RAW therapy. I use GIMP. For my videos I use OpenShot, which I'm recording on. I'll be editing this, which is being recorded on OBS. But how cool is this? It's very responsive. It's got so many applications. And look at the games on this, right? So it comes with all these games right off the bat. But what's really cool is not only does it come with a bunch of games, it also comes with all these games, but look at all those. And it comes with emulators as well. And they all just work right out of the box with the joystick or without the joystick. Absolutely amazing. Now, what's really cool is I don't use Windows. I'm very anti-Windows. And I'm also into FRS and GMRS radios, which sometimes require programming software. And with Linux, you use Chirp, CHIRP. And you can program hundreds of radios. But some of the software still requires a Windows installation. For the heck of it, I've tried it using Wine on other distros. I had trouble with it. With this thing right here, I installed it and it worked right out of the box. The Windows programs load, especially the older ones, load no problem on this. So Wine works right out of the box on this thing. So listen, if you got an old computer at home, like a i5, i7, even i3, or AMD probably 10 plus, and you want to have some fun, download Commodore Vision OS. Get a big USB stick, install it on it, and load it in the computer. Watch what happens. I mean, even just when you're playing with it and just the way everything moves around, it's cool. Look at that. Even the webcam software works. What I'm recording you with right there. Look at that. Awesome. It just works. So something fun to play with, something to think about. Perifractic, great job, brother. I've been thinking about breaking out my Commodore from the bin there and try and power it up and maybe buy one of those retro boards. And maybe I'll do that one day, because you can still buy a brand new Commodore. I think it's like $299, $399, and it has basically this software on it, and it's really cool. I don't have that kind of money, but I download this for free, and I was able to install it no problem, play with it, and oh, check this out. This is cool, right? Control T, you get a terminal. Look at that terminal. What is that terminal look? That is a Linux terminal. Look, Commodore at Commodore ready. That's a Commodore terminal. Isn't that cool? But it accepts all the Linux commands. So all my last Linux commands, it all works. And from what I understand, when you actually buy the new Commodore, it comes with a really in-depth book with programs like the original Commodore did, where you could type out a program just to make a little stick man do jumping jacks or whatever. Hello world. Oh, there's all kinds of cool stuff in that Commodore book. Neat stuff. So if you're a little bit nerd like myself, check it out. You ain't got nothing to lose. Okay, you might get sucked into it for a few hours, but it's better than doom scrolling on your cell phone. I'm Jason from Jay-Z's Photography, Jay-Z's Apologetics. God bless.